listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shannon Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you're having a great Mother's Day weekend. And we have been talking about things that relate to aging in your home. We talked with a retirement community, the Village of Glenlock Farms, and we also talked with Rosemary Bickford. She is of Brickland. She has Brickland Homes, and we talked with Rosemary about different trends going on in housing, homes that are available now that really suit the lifestyle of people 55 and above. And we talked about some of those, what kind of house meets the needs of a baby boomer these days, and then aging parents as well. And we also talked about retirement communities. So this segment, I want to talk about aging in place and being able to stay in your home, because some people out there don't want to move, and with housing being so hard to find right now, with there being such a shortage of housing, it may not be an option to move to a home that's better suited, and you can always retrofit the house that you have. So I've got Ryan Boyles here. He's the co-owner of GB General Contractors, and he's a project manager. And want to talk about some of those ways that you can retrofit your home to make it safe and also make it easy to age in and not lose the appeal of it, because you can still make it look nice. It doesn't have to look like a hospital room. So
absolutely.
Welcome to the show, Ryan.
Thank you, Shannon.
So let's talk about aging in place and some of the things you can do to really customize the home and make them work for you. Even though you may be in a wheelchair or you may have a walker that you're now using in the home, you can still make it accessible.
Absolutely. One of the things that we're doing a lot of right now, and it's been very popular, is large walk-in showers. Situation where the client's got the bathtub in the shower, and obviously they're not using the bathtub, and it's very hard for them to get in the bathtub. So we're taking both of those out and creating large walk-in showers with zero threshold. So the client is able to roll into the shower with a walker, as you said, or a wheelchair, and it being barrier-free. Makes things a lot easier for them, and it gives them the freedom to be in the bathroom. So.
And we were talking about this. We were talking before the show a little bit about some of the fixtures now being safety bars that you wouldn't necessarily think of as safety bars, so that they don't get in the way of the look of the bathroom. Tell us about those.
You've got some of your soap dishes, towel bars, toilet paper holders they're turned into to where they're grab bars. Sometimes you get into situations where a client could slip or fall, and these are structurally secured to the wall. When we go in and do our grab bars, we block everything, and so they're fixed to framing 2x12s, 2x10s in the wall, and it's very secure behind the tile, and so it's really a big help for the client.
And, I really like that it doesn't change the look of the room, because one of the issues when you retrofit your home and make it more accessible for people with handicaps is that then it changes the look of it and it affects your resale value. But the things that you're talking about doing don't affect resale value.
Absolutely. We want to make it to where it looks like we're never there. It's an upgrade to the home to where it creates value. You don't want to do a remodeling project and then it looks like a hospital per se.
And then you have to remodel it again before you sell it.
Absolutely.
So you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So, we want it to look like it wasn't an afterthought. We like to bring in our designer, depending on the scope, tie everything in together to where it's appropriate to their needs.
And I've seen a lot of houses where people who are in wheelchairs live in the home, and they've had to remove the doorways to be able to get the wheelchairs through. And then when they move, they put the door frame back in. But they now make door frames that will accommodate wheelchairs.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to look like you've disassembled part of your home. You can still finish it.
Absolutely. We like to use, they've got ADA thresholds for the actual door, so it's a lower threshold. And it's easier for them to get in a walker or a wheelchair. And then they don't have to change it out later, as you said. You're kind of throwing money away in that situation.
Yeah. So what are some of the popular trends that you've seen in addition to the walk-in showers? Any other things that are real popular right now for the kitchen?
You've got your microwave. You've got microwave, they're actual drawers. So they're not having to reach up. They can actually slide the drawer out. Same thing with refrigerators. And so depending on the situation, you've got designers out there that are approved, CAP certified, and they can design the kitchen around that to where again, it's an upgrade to the house, but it doesn't look like, a hospital or something that stands out.
And I like that because a lot of people who want to age in their homes have an older home. They lived there a long time, and it's time for a remodel and an upgrade. Yeah. So now they can do it to accommodate them and make the house have more resale value. So it's kind of a win-win.
It is.
So what are the best floor? Do you have a recommendation for floors, the best floors to put in for people in wheelchairs? Because I know when normally when you go from like hardwoods to other rooms, you've got that lip on the floors. When you got tile, you've got an uneven floor. What's the best flooring?
We're doing both. We've done homes where the whole home has been tile. We've tiled the whole home. And then we've gone between wood and tile. And there's different thresholds, like T-molds, that you can put down to where you've got barely any rise. So it could be like a 3/8 half-inch rise. And then sometimes we've had to go in and make a custom application to transition from tile to wood. But in our situations, we like to float our floors to where everything is as flat as possible. Obviously, when you get into the shower, there's going to be minimal fall there for your drain. But we're seeing a lot of hardwood and tile. It just depends on the clients, what they want to do.
And I like the organizational drawers now that are in kitchens where you can pull out the drawer and it's all there organized instead of having the cabinet doors where you have to reach in. You just pull out the whole cabinet, and it's all right there. You can organize it. They've got all kinds of organizers that can be built in.
That's
now.
Right. We've done some for your kitchen knives. We've got a vendor that we work with, and they've got pullouts for your K-cups for your coffee. We've also done some that have called an appliance lift, and it's actually a lift that goes up under the countertop and comes up with just a slight pull. And so your mixers and stuff like that stay plugged in, and it prevents the client from having to bend over to pick something out, and it pulls it up to countertop level.
Oh, wow.
So it's very easy to get to, and again, aging in place, people don't want to bend over. They want to pull out, and it's easy to access.
Right. So. That's fantastic. I like the work that you're doing, and I know you work all over Houston, so if somebody's thinking about aging in place and they need some help, they can always contact you to come out and give them an estimate, and you draw up a plan for them and help. You just kind of listen to their needs? How does that work?
That's correct. We're a one-stop shop, a turnkey remodeling company, and so we like to sit down and meet with the client, figure out their needs. There's not one plan that fits every project, and so we figure out the client's needs, wants, and then design the plans to make them fit for what they need. And then also, we like to plan down the road, 15, 20 years, wherever you're going to possibly be, and so we make sure we cover all of our bases. So you do this once.
Right.
And so that's really the best way to do it.
And sometimes you need these same services when you have a child with a disability.
That's correct.
You buy a house and you think you're going to, have a house full of kids, and you have a child with a disability, and you really have to change your house to accommodate them.
That's correct.
So you guys can go in and do that as well.
That's as well. We've put in lifts to help out with clients when they're moving their child from the bed into the shower area. And as you know, a child grows.
Yeah.
And so the mom could hold the child now when it's 3 or 4, but it's going to be getting heavier. And every day you're going to be holding the child and moving. So lifts like that can really help out.
And it gives them some independence.
It does.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I mean, it's great that you have services out there and you can help people pick out and figure out what they need, because if you're just going into that situation, like if you were in an accident, you don't know what's available. You've never had to research it. It's never been an issue. So
that's correct.
You need a company like yours that can say, hey, these are things that might be of service to you, might help you.
And we've got different plans. If a client is in an accident, well, we can move a little bit quicker in the situation. And then if they're going to be planning a larger remodel and they've got a little bit more time, we can adjust that as well.
That's fantastic. So you come in and do the whole remodel from start to finish.
That's correct.
That's great. Tell us your website. So if people want to find you, they can go online and find your company.
It's adaremodelinghouston.com.
adaremodelinghouston.com. All right. GB General Contractors. They've been doing this for over 35 years, right?
That's correct. Yes,
all right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show. Appreciate it. Some great information. And if you want to find out more, you can find them online at adaremodelinghouston.com. And we are Houston Real Estate Radio. You can find us here every Sunday between 11 to 12 because we are moving to the 11 o'clock hour. So 11 to 12 next Sunday. And we'll be back next Sunday. Hope you enjoy your Mother's Day. And you can find us online at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. Check it out. Lots of great videos there. Lots of information for you for all of your real estate needs.